Ah.
First of all, my apologies for the delay in technical glitches. Every time I come here, there's some glitches are missing. Hello, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, and guests. Today is my second speech of my level 1, and the topic is Indo-Space for Space Journey, with a focus on India's recent launch of rocket to the moon. India and United States has been cooperating in space technologies for very long and has been doing in multiple areas. They cooperated in Mars technology when the Maven satellite spacecraft of the United States was sent to Mars, and within 2 days, India's spacecraft to Mars called MOM, Mission on Mars, was also sent to Mars. There have been multiple satellites sent by Indian rocket, which was from the United States in 2015, the first time Indian rocket sent satellites to space. So not only one satellite of the United States, but 4 in first shot. India's space journey has been a great journey for technological advancement for the country, monitoring of many features, monitoring of the weather, monitoring of its natural resources, and other educational and televisions and other things purpose they're using. Recently, India launched a rocket which was so far the most powerful rocket India has developed. It's called cryogenic rocket, which is a technology which has a liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen with a helium to balance both of them. This is a huge jump for India because so far they were looking for a powerful rocket. Even this most powerful rocket is not the most in the world. It is, in comparison, 1/10 what the United States sent Apollo 11 with a 48-ton capacity. Cryogenic rocket, which India developed, is of only 4-ton capacity. But the beauty of this rocket is India is leveraging the gravitational force of moon to bring the objects to its to the moon orbit. But it takes longer time. I mean, it took only 16 hours for Apollo 11 to reach the moon, but it will take 48 days for Indian rocket, the spacecraft, to reach moon. So India has been championing the frugal cost by which it sends its rocket and spacecraft to the moon, to launch it. So far, there is always a cost comparison because that's where the mass usage of space technologies and even tourism, space tourism will come in. In comparison, 100 India spent for this Chandrayaan 2 compared to Apollo 11. At today's price, it will be $1.2 billion. So the cost factor is huge. It takes longer time to reach there, but it is the cost factor effectiveness. The Chandrayaan 2 was launched on 22nd. And this is the first picture when it was blasted off from Sriharikota. There is a place in India, it's called Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh, where India's rocket is sent to moon. So beautiful and perfect for 7 seconds. It was visible for any person to see the rocket going into the space. After that, it's all monitored by this different space centers, different monitoring stations on Earth, and they have been successfully monitoring it. It's still in journey to moon. We expect it to arrive on around September 7th. So far, it has not left the Earth orbit. It's more than 22 days it will take to leave the Earth orbit. Now, once it leaves Earth orbit, it will take 7 days even to come and circle around moon before it leaves the orbiter, the rover, to be soft landing on the moon. Just to give you a little background, this is Chandrayaan 2. This is a second attempt for soft second attempt to send objects on the moon. The first Chandrayaan-1 sent in 2008 was a hard landing, sending the objects to the moon. That crash landed, so nothing came out, but it was a successful scientific experiment that India can send any objects to the moon. The best part so far, it is sending all the signals, it is responding to the maneuvers which scientists are trying to monitor, and there are phases by which it does. There's always a challenge. There's always a challenge by which it goes through. In fact, it was originally planned to launch on July 15th, but there was some pressure issue on the oxygen cylinder. That's where it halted at the last moment. They said they're going to fix it. They didn't want to take chance. We have 48 days, maybe we'll take more. But eventually, within a week, they fixed that. They reduced the time, the number of days. It was longer initially, but it came down to 48 days to reach. The journey has been great. It makes a lot of young minds to come to this area and understand what the technology will benefit for their humankind. This is peaceful operation for research and development, and a lot of technical detail. I can go a couple of things, but what noticeable is, if you look at the orbiter, there are 14 payloads which is being carried by this rocket. There is a lander housing where there is a rover. The rover will come down softly on the moon and will collect some samples, which it will analyze on the moon and then sends the data. Nothing is coming back to physical objects, not coming back to Earth. It's all research data which will be sent back to the research stations. I have always been very fascinated by these things. For instance, my child, I told her this story in the previous meeting as well. This always interested to learn, trying to understand what. Read a lot of books also. Carl Hagen was my famous author. That's where I always